Om. Bijapuragadekshakarmukurajapchakrabjapashotphala Vriyagraswapishanratnakalashaif prodhyatkaram bhoruvaha Deyo vallabhayasa padmakaraya ashlishtojvaladbhushaya Vishwotpatti vipatti samsidigaro vignesha ishtardada Shri Nathadigurutrayam Ganapatim Pitatrayam Bhairavam Siddhaugam Vatukatrayam Padayugam Dhuti Kramam Mandalam Virandhyashtachatushkashashtinavakam Veeravali Panchakam Shriman Malini Mantrarajasahitam Vande Gurur Mandalam Madharme Madhukaita Bhagni Mahishaf Pranapaharodhyame Hela Nirmita Dhumra Lochanavade He Chandamundardini Nisheshe Kritaraktabijadanuja Nitye Nishumbhapahe Shumbhadvansini Samhara Suduritan Durge Namaste Ambike Durge Namaste Ambike Durge Namaste Ambike Sarvam Shri Chandi Mahalakshmi Shri Padukam Pujayami Tarpayami Namaha Sadgurum Shri Padukam Pujayami Tarpayami Namaha. Welcome all of you for this second session on the continuation of the conversation between Hayagriva and Agastya. Today, Hayagriva is taking all of us, including Lopa Mudra and Agastya, who are in the Sukshma Tattva within our Maha Vidyalaya and undergoing the same process what they did with Hayagriva, telling them, because they want to listen to it as many times as possible for them. And it is Guru Kataksham that they are with us and they are listening to this. Today, Hayagriva is going to narrate the way the Vashinyadi Devatas actually came up to the entire idea of spreading this Maha Sahasranamam actually. And this was considered to be, initially, it was named as Rahasya Sahasranamam, it seems. The Vashinyadi Devatas did not name it as Lalita Sahasranamam. Agastya only named it as Lalita Sahasranamam actually. Otherwise, this was originally, it was coined by the Vashinyadi Devatas as Rahasya Sahasranamam actually. Why it is considered to be Rahasya Sahasranamam? What was the task that was given to the Vashinyadi Devatas by Maha Tripura Sundari herself is going to be explained by Shri Hayagriva in detail in today's class. But before letting that known, Hayagriva is actually cautioning who is actually eligible to learn this actually. Or rather, who is qualified to know this actually. When talking about this, as I mentioned, when this entire question, like the last class, as I mentioned, that Agastya couldn't control himself and jumped the gun and asked Hayagriva, when is that I'm going to know the Sahasranamam actually? Correct? When is that you are going to let me know the Sahasranamam? Am I really qualified to know the Sahasranamam? Or is that you are going to let me know the Sahasranamam? For that, interestingly, Hayagriva stopped the anxiety of Agastya and addressed him, Lopa Mudra Patihi, the husband of Lopa Mudra Pati. You know, this is like very common in even in our house, yes or no? When we have to sarcastically, we have to make a comment, we will use the name either of the child or of the husband to address actually. Yes or no? So that's the way we bring in the conversation. So there were many interpretations. Interestingly, the students were giving, particularly Shobana Anandamma, she wrote a very beautiful reflection thinking, why did, Hayagriva would have landed up talking like this actually, And there were other interpretations that came up. And also there was this question from Chaitanya that why is that if Lopa Mudra was considered to be a Shrestha Sri Vidya Upasaka, why was Agastya was given the task? Actually, why was the Sahasranamam was not taught to Lopa Mudra? So like this, a lot of questions came up among all of you actually. The entire reason that why Agastya was addressed as Lopa Mudra Pati is that there are three different answers are there. One, this is all about Sri Vidya, and anybody who is approaching this Vidya should have that Shri Bhavana. And what is that Shri Bhavanam? Shri Bhavana iti Stri Bhavanam. Irrespective, see, when I'm talking about the Stri Bhavanam here, it is something very important. It is not the gendered understanding of a female, actually. You are supposed to have feminine qualities, thought process to approach Parashakti, actually. Irrespective of whatever gender you are. See, you might be technically, biologically, you might be female gender, but you might have a lot of masculine qualities in you, actually, or the abilities of being masculine. You understand? Devi cannot be approached with that masculinity, actually. She can be approached only with that feminine thing, actually. And that is the intricate beginning of this entire Sri Vidya, the entire nuances of the Sri Vidya. That is what the text, the Shastras very clearly say, because eventually we see that feminine qualities get imbibed within the practitioner, actually, because the only masculine person, the only masculine tattva can approach her is only Shiva Tattva, actually. Rest, everybody, irrespective of their gender, have to be put within the feminine aspect, actually. So, what is that feminine aspect, actually, if we have to talk about or think about it? It is nothing but the grace, actually. The grace. And that grace is what attracts her, actually. And more interpretation that is given is, what is that grace? How can I understand this grace? Grace is nothing but the one who is having that, that patience, that very intricate, that established relationship that she is going to come and she is going to take me back to her. Just like a lover who keeps waiting for her beloved to come, there is a lot of uncertainty, but that dridhatam is there, actually. One day or the other, my lover will come for me, actually. He will not, here it is she will not forget my love for her, and she will come for me, and she will accept me. This, if we have to put it in a much more better understanding for our mind, it is just like the Gopika Bhavam that Gopikas had on Krishna, actually. That is what it starts. And from there, the one who has this particular quality, can only understand the Rahasyam actually. The one who is so imbibed with that aham, it is very difficult. And that aham is nothing but that the interruption which Agastya gave, am I not eligible? Will you not tell me? He is very much there to tell, and you are very much there to listen. Why this, that in the Tamil they say, Poruma illadava actually. The one who doesn't have patience actually. The one who has grace has tremendous amount of patience actually. Yes or no? The one who has grace, the fundamental quality is patience actually. Patience for what? That I will be delivered from this misery of the material world actually. And I have the patience. I can go through the process and I am going to reach my destiny actually. You understand what I'm trying to say? In today's times, unfortunately, forget about the grace. People are not having the patience to do the sadhana. They just wanted mandrathala manga kaikira mari. They just wanted things as soon as possible, actually. And this is so much against the entire principles of Sri Vidya or Tantra Shastras, actually. You might be at any age, actually. Today I met Tarunima in Bengaluru. I'm in our Bengaluru center. And Tarunima was saying this, I've started all these things, Guruji, by 53. I have this only one agony that I should have started at a very young age like you. I said, age is never a parameter actually for this. When she has to come into your life, she will come. And that is where your actual birth is started actually. Age is one number for this body, but we are working here beyond numbers. Of course, I understand that you wanted to do as many years of sadhana as possible, but even one day of your sadhana might deliver you. We never know. So age is not a number here, actually. You understand what I'm trying to say? That required quality. And that required quality is what? That grace, having that grace. And why we are all here to do the sadhana, or rather you are aspiring to do that sadhana, to get that grace actually. And that grace alone will bring her presence in your life. And how she is going to come, what will happen, and everything, that is what Hayagriva is going to explain to us in today's session. But before that, since Agastya jumped the gun, as I told you, the first explanation is coming as the Stri Bhavam. So, Hayagriva is giving importance to that Stri Bhavana, that you should have this quality, without this, you should have patience. Instead of telling like that to Agastya, indirectly, Hayagriva is bringing this idea in forefront actually. You should have patience, number one. And number two, the Lopa Mudra Pati, this question, why, if that Lopa Mudra is what she is considered to be, Sreshta Shishya of Devi herself, if she is the one who was qualified, Lopa Mudra is the one who should have been given this task of realizing the Sahasranamam, right? Why she was not given, rather Agastya was given. The very question is answered by Hayagriva because Lopa Mudra has already got all the Siddhis of Sahasranama. Spuranam has happened to her within already. Spuranamathrena siddhyate. So Devi has given all the Spuranam to her within actually. And Hayagriva explaining to Agastya, and Agastya realizing and giving to this world and reaching until me and you is Devi's Leela Kramam. Devi's Leela Kramam. She has planned this blueprint for you and me millions and billions and zillions of years ago itself, actually. I hope it is clear to all of you what I'm trying to say. And the third important reason of addressing Lopa Mudrapati is that women are given primordial importance in Sri Vidya. There is no denial of that, actually. There is no denial of that. This is Sri Vidya is the foundation of women empowerment, actually, for the modern world. Women who were considered to be remaining behind, they were not considered to be behind. No, this is a complete contrasting, contradicting, aspect of our religion itself, where our religion has seen, or rather understood to be that women have to stay behind. Women cannot do XYZ things. They can only do these things. These are all considered, to be backbencher idea, and they were brought in the forefront to claim not just that they can practice, but they have also realized, and also they can become the teachers of the tradition to take the traditions in the front, actually. This is something to be understood, actually. This is based definitely on the gendered idea of women, actually. So Agastya is made to understand, actually, this by Hayagriva himself. I hope this answer is very clear to all of you, actually. Why Agastya was addressed as Lopa Mudra Patihi. And moving forward, as I said, since Agastya jumped the gun, now Hayagriva is cautioning, because Agastya is the torchlight who is going to bring this entire knowledge to all of us. Agastya is let known by Hayagriva that who is qualified and who is not qualified to take up this knowledge. Any bhakta of Parabhattarika has the qualification to be a Sishya. Very clearly, Hayagriva is saying, any bhakta, not based on whether Brahmana kulam or any this XYZ kulam and all, anything, no, there is no mention. Any bhakta. Any bhakta can become a Sishya. Bhakti is the primordial qualification to become Sishya. And the bhakti, the qualification, the underpinning qualification of bhakti on Parabhattarika, for some or the other reason, whether they know about her or not known about her, somewhat they have reached an attraction for her, and they are seeking this knowledge, and they are coming to a guru. That guru should, after all the considerations, should definitely accept that jiva as Sishya and should transmit the Rahasyam. Should transmit the Rahasyam. But if they are not to be bhakta, if they are not considered to be bhakta, the text is very clearly saying that no matter whatever it is, we are not supposed to give the upadesham to them. The upadesha should not be given to them. The one who is not bhakta, the one who doesn't have faith, the one who is not on the virtue of the path of dharma, they should never be given this truth. What if suppose somebody will get, that question is coming up. Beyond that, if somebody is going to get, they are, by some means, what they get, how they get it. For that, the interpretation is going that if by some or the other previous janma vasanas, by doing some good karmas, they come across this knowledge, number one. Number two, because in their family, somebody has done some sat karma, any philanthropy or even Paradevata Upasana herself, and that has somewhere come to them and they have reached this space to understand this or to receive this knowledge, or sheerly by adrishtam. Adrishtam means by luck, by they would have landed up to receive this knowledge. Even when they receive this knowledge, if they are not that patram to take up that rahasyam, the Vashinyadi Devatas will stop them from doing the sadhana or stop them from being near to, going closer to Lalita Maha Parabhattarika. Why? Now everybody's face is like, oh my God, what will happen to me? I can see that worry actually. Because the very text is very clearly saying, because this rahasyam will give siddhi. The rahasyam will perform what? Siddhi. Now, siddhi means all of you will start thinking black magic. Will I start making money? Will whatever I will say, it will become Ju Mantra Kali. You know, some magic will happen. You become the patram of the siddhi of what? You will get that golden ticket of Shri Puram actually. That is the ultimate siddhi. Otherwise, all these chota mota things, whatever I said, that is also siddhi actually, for which most of us are attracted actually. So, those who should not reach there, no, they will be stopped actually. Because this rahasyam will give siddhi. Or rahasyam, by some or the other way, they will get the rahasyam, Babu. It's fine. They have landed up with the rahasyam. That rahasyam is converting into siddhi. Okay. They will remain there only. They will never reach Parabhattarika. So it has to be a very, very careful journey. Got it? What I'm trying to say. So that carefulness is very important. So you can be stopped at any moment from progressing to the next level actually. So that, you remember yesterday, what did I say in our Navaha Parayanam class? Humility. That humility is very important for all of us, including for me, you, and everybody who is listening to this. Unless and until we are not going to have that humility, we will not continue to be in that bhavana actually, that required bhavana. And that required bhavana will go hey and way. We are completed. We will be stopped there actually. Clear to all of you. So this is the primary qualification which Hayagriva is explaining. Bhakta, abhakta, very clear distinction. And bhakta means what should happen. Abhakta means what will happen. If they are not in these two categories, by some way they come also, what will happen? Very clearly it is explained actually. Correct or not? In that, there is this one very special category. I think it will apply to all of us in today's times actually. See how they have told all these things will happen that time itself actually. There is this category who is called as sudden, sadaha. There is this one category of people who will be called as sudden will be there, it seems. Who are these sudden? They will, now you are everybody is listening to whatever I'm saying now. This sudden, after listening to the Guru's Upadesham, oh, this is what it is. I read this in that book itself, it is there, or this particular person in YouTube has already told, maybe he has listened to that and he's coming and talking about it. I already know all these things. Why am I sitting in this class actually? I don't even know. So the one who has this kind of a quality, he or she is called as sudden. And that sudden will never ever stick on to one guru, one path, one margam, will keep jumping from one place to the other and keep traveling, keep criticizing the system, keep criticizing the guru, keep self-criticizing. everything, they will keep doing it actually. And in today's time, it is very, very easy, because easy peasy, because everywhere the knowledge is available. You think that now I already know. If you already know, why you have to come and be here, why you have to learn, why you have to listen, why you have to do the assignment, why you have to undergo the exams. You understand what I'm trying to say? Or maybe there is a other better guru who will teach in a better way. Let me go there. So this quality is called as sadaha, sudden. And this sudden will keep troubling the guru, keep troubling the system, keep troubling his or her own self actually. So we have to be very careful about these sada qualities which is there within us actually. Got it? So this is what Hayagriva is quickly completing actually. He has given a very sharp idea. Guru, Sishya, not being a Sishya, the category, if they receive, what will happen? And within that, there is a special category who is called as Sadaha. Simple, finished. After listening to this, after saying this, Hayagriva is further continuing. In the entire Tantra Shastra, there are many things that can give Siddhi to anybody. There are many margams, there are many devatas, there are many prayogams that will give Siddhi to any individual. We have to understand in the process of Tantra Shastra that among the places how Shripuram is considered to be very superior. You remember I told you among all the places how Shripuram is considered to be superior. Among all the mantras, how Sri Vidya mantra is considered to be very superior. Among all the Shaktis, how Lalitambika Mahashakti is considered to be superior. Among all the Upasakas, how Parameshwara is considered to be superior. This Sahasranamam is also amongst everything. This is the most superior thing in the entire universe. Lalita Sahasranamam is the most superior thing. And Hayagriva is directly telling us very clearly. Now Hayagriva is giving the simple way of how to approach the Sahasranamam. If you want references, if you have the Purva Bhagam from mantras 19 to 26, this is going on. Okay, I'm in the mantras 19 to 26 in the Purva Bhagam of Lalita Sahasranamam. Before the Lalita Sahasranamam is beginning, we are talking there. So 19 to 26 actually. So Hayagriva is directly giving the Upadesham that, as I told you, this is the most superior of all the Sahasranamams are available. If you chant this, Devi will become happy. Prasannatmika. Devi will be very, very happy. She will do what? She will develop Atyanta Prema Bhavana upon the Bhakta. Atyanta Prema. She will develop deep love for the Bhakta. Okay? I can see so many smile actually. The moment when I said love, there is a lot of smile. Good. So, with this love, what the devotee is having, what the bhakta is having, what he should do, directly Hayagriva is saying the first step actually. By chanting this Sahasranama, three things he is saying: Vilvam, Tulasi, and lotus, Kamalam. Vilvam, Tulasi, and Kamalam. You can use either of them as available and perform Archana with the Sahasranama. to Devi. And further, if you have the bhagyam of obtaining a Shri Chakram from a Guru and knowing the Rahasya Tattvam of the Shri Chakram, you can perform the Shri Chakra Puja and perform the Sahasranamam. Okay. And after this, the most interesting and the compassionate thing a Guru can give us is what Hayagriva is saying. Even if I don't have these flowers, even if I don't have a Sri Chakram, but I have that Atyanta Premam on Parambika, and I just continue to chant the Sahasranamam, the one who performs Koti Koti Navavarna Puja, the one who will do the Koti Koti Mantra Japam, he or she will get the same benefit of doing the Sahasranama Parayanam. Very clearly, Hayagriva is telling to Agastya, even if 20 to 26 reference number, even if somebody is not able to do any puja kramam, mantra kramam, let him do the parayana kramam of Lalita Sahasranamam. He is going to get the Nama Parayanam, Nitya Nama Parayanam is going to give him what? The equivalent, the same equivalent phalitam of the one who is able to do all these other aspects of the Antaryagam and Bahiryagam. Now I can use this language, I guess, because you understand. Correct or not? Antaryagam and Bahiryagam. So, this the same phalitam, the sadhaka will get it. And now, explaining this Nama Parayanam, Hayagriva is giving the definition of what is Parayanam. Parayanam. Para iti ayanam. What is para iti ayanam? To cross something. To cross something. And what is this Parayanam is doing? This Parayanam is helping us to cross the Samsara Sagaram. Parayanam is doing what? It is helping us to cross the Samsara Sagaram. And the one who is going to involve in this Parayanam, Agastya, is very clearly dictated. Students, please understand and note this point, which is very important for all of us. Hayagriva is very clearly saying that Atyanta, that Atyanta Bhavanam is very important. That trust is very important, it seems. That this Parayanam alone is going to bring delivery to my existence. That trust should be there, it seems. No matter whatever will happen, that trust cannot be shaken, actually. That kind of a trust is required to do the Parayanam, actually. Are you able to follow what I'm trying to say? That faith is required, it seems. No matter, whatever will happen, your faith cannot be shaken, actually. This Parayanam will deliver me. This Parayanam will take me to the doors of Shri Puram. This Parayanam will open the doors of the Shri Puram and I will be a permanent resident there. And whatever is happening until then, let me undergo that. I have that firm faith that Devi is going to take me back to her. That is called as Parayanam. Para iti ayanam. I am going to cross this stage of my life for sure. That is what is required. Now I know a lot of people are telling to me, I do the Nitya Lalita Sahasranama Parayanam, but this is what you should develop now in your bhavana, or this should be your sankalpam, all of you. No matter how mechanical you are chanting or whatever the bhavana you have developed, but this is something very important. This is the foundation where the para iti ayanam is actually building up. And this by going on repeatedly saying, as repeatedly, the one who is going to say the Sahasranamam with deep faith, that is considered to be japam in itself. That is considered to be japam in itself, actually. And further, Hayagriva is very clearly saying that japam in a smaller level is a part of the Parayanam only. And when the Parayanam is done for an extended period, that is actually that is considered to be much bigger as compared to the japam. So all of you, those who are desperate for multiple mantra japams, multiple initiation, please listen to this. This is what Hayagriva is very clearly saying, actually. Mantra japams are secondary. Even if it is there or not there, or whether you have obtained it from a guru or not obtained from a guru, whether you are practicing, whether you are not practicing, all those are different. Nama Parayana Prita Nandi Vidya Nateshwari. Nama Parayana Prita. And she is very clearly said, Devi has very clearly said, this is what I wanted, she is saying. I want my children to do Lalita Sahasranama Parayanam, and that is what is going to give me happiness. She is declaring it very clearly. What more evidence we need? And who is saying this? Hayagriva himself is saying. Guru of Saraswati, in a way, we have to take it up. So, this should become the Nitya Karma Anushtanaha. If you are born in a Brahmana family and if you have some other Nitya Karma, you definitely do that. No need to give up that. But along with that, you can do this karma also, because it is not just for the Brahmana Kulam, it is also for the Kshatriya, Vaishyas. Whatever are the Kula Dharmas you have, you follow that Kula Dharma. Even if you don't know the Kula Dharma, at least you take up this Dharma, you take up this Sankalpam, wherever, whichever stage you are in, you take up this Sankalpam of doing this Parayanam. Now you understand why we introduced the Navaha Parayanam actually. So, this is the base Hayagriva has given to Agastya. That, okay, until now, whatever we have discussed, this is what is the foundation that Hayagriva has given to Agastya. And now, Hayagriva is going to actually start the story. Introduction, further introduction he is giving. Because of all these aspects, because this Parayanam is very important, Agastya, that is the reason Parabhattarika appointed 8 of her special attendees to transmit this knowledge to all her children. And this Parayanam is nothing but the Chakra Rahasyam. The Chakra Rahasyam is what is mentioned. The Chakra Rahasyam means, what is the chakra we are talking about? The Shri Chakra, basically. Devi called Agastya. Agastya is being informed the dialogue that is happening between Parabhattarika and Vagdevis by Hayagriva. Hayagriva is saying that Devi called these Vagdevis, it seems. Vagdevis, please listen to me. I wanted all my children, to be delivered from this knee signs of this material world. As the Kali Yuga is progressing, my children are not knowing what is the path that they can take to come back to me, actually. And as the time is progressing, lifespan is also very shrinking for everybody. What is the way that they can be delivered? So therefore, I have decided that the 1,000 special names of mine I am giving to all of you. You take it up and you go and give it to my children. And further, very beautifully, Avyaja Karuna Murti, Ajnana Dvanta Dvipika, that Nama is becoming proven by this statement, what I'm going to say. Devi is saying, if you see the qualities there within them, that bhakti, as instructed to Hayagriva, if that bhakti tattvam is there in them, you give them the vak shakti tattvam. Vak siddhi tattvam you give them. Devi is saying to the Vak Devis, if they have the bhakti, you give them the Vak siddhi. You grant them the powers to chant this Lalita Sahasranama. Because I wanted, Devi is very clearly saying, I wanted my children to chant this Sahasranama. Because these 1,000 names have the imprint of my entire powers, which will definitely deliver them in whatever vasanas they are stuck in, whatever karmas they are stuck in, whatever thing that has been pulling them to go lower to the lower. My Nama has the power to deliver them actually. And once they do the Parayanam of this and they come step by step higher to the levels, I will become very, very happy. And who are these Vagdevis? Now Hayagriva is introducing these Vagdevis to us. Vasini, Kameshwari, Medini, Vimala, Aruna, Jaini, Sarveshwari, Kaulini. They are the 8 Vak Devis and they are very, very close to Devi. They are also called as the Rahasya Yoginis actually because they know all the secrets of Devi. All the secrets of, because they are very, very close attendants, right? When somebody is very close to someone, they will know everything, what they do, how they sleep, what they like, what they don't do, everything they will get to know actually. That is one big trouble. But still what to do? Rahasyams are known to these yoginis. So these yoginis are much more powerful than Devi herself actually, because they are the ones who are showing Devi to them, actually. Correct. So these yoginis, where they are present, now Hayagriva is showing the placement. In the Navachakram, there are Hayagriva is introducing the names of the Navachakram, that there are 9 chakras are there in the one chakram, which is called as the Shri Chakram. There are Navachakras are there. And in that Navachakra, we have Trailokya Mohana Chakra, we have Sarvasha Paripuraka Chakra, we have Sarva Sankshobhana Chakra, we have Sarva Saubhagyadayaka Chakra, we have Sarvartha Sadhaka Chakra, we have Sarva Rakshakara Chakra, we have Sarva Rogahara Chakra, and then we have Sarva Vashinyadi Chakra, and then Sarvamnaya Chakra. Like this, there are 9 chakras are there. And in that 9 chakras, in the 9th chakra, that is the Sarvamnaya Chakra, Parabhattarika is present. And around that chakra, we have the 8th chakra, that is around the Bindu. There is the other chakra in the Trikonam. Devis, all the astrams are present actually. And after that astrams, in the 7th chakra, which is the Sarva Rogahara Chakra, is the placement where all these Vashinyadi Devatas are present. And why? Because they are specifically present in the Sarva Rogahara Chakra, because the ultimate rogam that we are having is to be sticking on to this material world, actually, to be understanding that this body is the truth. That is the biggest disease that we are having, actually. Correct, na? Yes or no? We are just not able to realize, even if we know the truth, in by the knowledge wise, we have the truth that I am soul and I am not this body. That realization is not sticking to us, right? That is one of the biggest disease. And these Vashinyadi Devatas they are the doctors who are actually bringing healing to this disease we are having, actually. And what they are doing, the first thing they are giving us the powers to chant the Nama of Parambika. That is the first dose they are giving us. A shot they are giving us. And they are considered, these yoginis, these Rahasya yoginis, are considered to have the quality of the Chandrakanta Manihi. They are having the quality of the Chandrakanta, the pearl of the Chandrakanta, actually. So they are just like the moon, actually. They're very, very cool, it seems. So what is that coolness that they are bringing? They're bringing the coolness for that burning that is going on in us. We are getting constantly burnt in this samsara sagaram. So they are bringing an end to that burning, actually, by bringing that coolness. And they have what is called as the Chandrakanta Mani Tattvaha. So they are the ones who are giving the Vak Shakti, and because of that powers that they are giving, that we are able to chant the Nama of Parambika. And if somebody over the course of action, if they are not up to the mark of chanting, they can even do the stambanam of not making them to chant. They can do the stambana shakti also. What is stambana shakti? They can any moment stop the individuals from progressing also. On what basis? If they get ahankaram, or if they make fun of others, that I know better than this particular person, I have better knowledge, I know better things, or using this Nama Parayana Mantra Shakti for unnecessary purposes. So what will happen? They will do stambanam, actually. The stambanam will happen. Clear to all of you? So that is also done by these yoginis. Now, Agastya is further understanding this Rahasyam. You have been going on letting us to know that there is Rahasyam. But can you please explain the Rahasyam further, actually? What is this Rahasyam, actually? Very good question, na? What is this Rahasya? How to understand this Rahasya? Hayagriva is explaining. This is a bit technical. I will go a bit slow here. What is Rahasyam? There are three predominant Rahasyams which has been spoken. Stula Rahasyam, Sukshma Rahasyam, Vasanamyam Rahasyam. Stula Rahasyam, Sukshma Rahasyam, Vasanamya Rahasyam. Vasanamya Rahasyam. Okay. What is Stula Rahasyam? Stula Rahasyam is very simple to understand. That there is a image of Devi, portrait of Devi, or a murti of Devi. The iconography is explained. Through the iconography, the dhyanam is explained. Through the dhyanam, the bijaksharas are invoked. So we are obtaining that image that we are seeing visibly through that mantra or through that dhyana or that shloka. So this approach is sthulam, which we all do. What is sukshmam? In the sukshma tattva, which is sukshma means it is invisible. There is no portrait or there is no murti. There is only mantram is there. Okay? And that mantram bringing out the inward Shakti, realizing the potential of that mantra as a Shakti, then within yourself you realize Parabhattarika, that is Sukshma Tattva. Okay? That is Sukshma Tattva. Now, moving further beyond this Stula Sukshma Tattvam, how is that Devi is understood? She is present everywhere. She is Sarva Vyapini. It is not that I cannot say that this place she is present and that other place she is not present. We cannot say that actually. She is present in everything. Correct? She is present in everything to the extent, if I have to explicitly say, even in the stool, even in the excreta, whatever the insect is there, inside that insect, that soul, she is there actually. Clear to all of you. So you don't think that Devi is only there or here. Actually, she is there everywhere actually. So the one who is present everywhere, the one who is present everywhere, she is performing 5 business, it seems. 5 duties or 5 businesses. Duties because she has created the world, she has created all of us, where there is no other option have to be done. And it is also her primary business actually. Everybody is running their business, na? So she also runs a business. What is that business? The first 3 you all might be knowing. Shrishti, Sthiti. What is the third one? Samharam. Shrishti, Sthiti, Samharam. Fourth one, Tirodhanam. And fifth one, very interesting. Only this last 2 only she will do. Okay. The other 3 she has already appointed super masculine members to do that work actually. There are 3 people who are constantly doing it in all the 14 planetary systems. And unfortunately, some people think that they are the superiors actually. But there is one queen who is ruling them. Only some of us know actually. So beyond these 3 tasks, she is having exclusively 2 controls to her, just like a chief minister. There are multiple ministries are there. The chief minister will give all the ministries to, whatever the ministries he doesn't want, he will hand over to everything, though that is still under his purview. But exclusively certain ministries, he or she will keep under their control actually. So similarly, this Tirodhanam, and the fifth one is, did I tell the name? Fifth one, Anugraham. The fifth one she does is Anugraham. Just imagine, she only has that power, it seems. So we think that Shrishti, Sthiti and Samharam is the 3 important things where the Trimurtis are doing. But beyond that, now you are knowing there is something called as Tirodhanam and Anugraham actually. Now the question will come. Most of you will know what is Anugraham, correct, na? That Anugraham she is doing to everybody. What is this Tirodhanam actually? Shrishti, Sthiti, Samharam. After that Samharam, there is this gap is there where the Shrishti has to start, right? Even that gap she manages, it seems actually. Are you able to follow? There is Samharam. After the Samharam, there is a gap where again the Srishti has to take place. Once the dissolution has happened and the creation has to take place, this particular gap which is there, that is called as Tirodhanam. That also is under her control only. It is not that it is blank there. Why it is not blank? Because she is the only one who is present. Rest everything is dissolved. And from her, everything is coming out again. You understood? This is the primary argument or debate of the Shakta philosophy. That this is the only thing which is exclusively there with Devi. Actually, it is not there in any of the paramparas or sampradayas or the margas actually. She is the only one who is doing Tirodhana Karishwari. Clear? And after that, Anugraham, just imagine. Because she has that power to do Anugraham, again the Srishti is coming into existence. So she is not having any end for her. End is meant for everybody else except for her actually. Got it? That is the reason in the Sapta Mokshapuri, when I'm remembering this, in the Sapta Mokshapuri, Kanchipuram is one of the Mokshapuri actually. Kanchipuram. The Kanchipuram, when the dissolution will happen, when the pralayam will happen, what will happen, students? The entire Samudram will cover the entire land mass. Whatever the land mass is there, that will also be covered within the Samudram. Correct, na? The Kanchi Mahatmyam, the Mokshapuri Mahatmyam very clearly says that this Kanchipuram is like an inverted pot, it seems. Inverted pot. What will happen? When the sea will cover, that entire portion will just remain an island actually. So she is ever present there, it seems actually. The rest, everything is getting into water. Her temple alone will float, it seems actually. She is there. Got it? So 5 businesses she is doing. And how she is doing these 5 businesses? With the 3 primary Shakti she have, which you all would have heard it. What is the Shakti? Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. Okay. These are the 3 primary Shakti she has invested, she has brought out from her, and through these 3 Shaktis, she has invented what is called as the 3 kinds of gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas guna. So when these 3 Shaktis will involve in these 3 gunas and they will go and hit these businesses will take into different shapes and sizes actually. In other words, it creates Sai Srinivas, it creates Rajeshwari, it creates Raghavendra, it creates Sandhya, it creates Rekha, all of us, it's because of the permutation and combination actually. Like that, not just us, everything is created actually. And everything is created, everything is maintained, and everything is again going back into her. It is not destruction, it is actually going back to her actually. Whether we realize or not realize, this is one beauty I feel actually. The only thing is that with realization, we are remaining there actually. But without that realization, what is happening? We are coming back again to this world actually, or the other world, wherever she is sending us actually. So, this 5 aspects, three aspects of the Shakti. Now comes the technical aspect. Hayagriva is explaining. What she is doing is that with this permutation and combination, she, with her own will, what she has done is, she has created a kind of a dilution in all of us, it seems. She consciously created a dilution. And that dilution, why she has created is that because if whatever she has done, these 5 businesses she is doing with this 5 Shakti, if it is as it is present, why will we not have that realization? You understand, na? We will continue to be in that realization only, na? We would have not gone out of that realization. But she has created deliberately a dilution, it seems, actually. And that dilution is created because of which that Sat, Chit, and Anandam we have lost, actually. Got it? Because of that conscious dilution she has created, we have lost the 3 important things: Sat, Chit, and Anand. And because of losing the Sat, Chit, and Anand, and because we have become Guna Vibhaha, that is Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, we have completely identified ourselves with the body. And since we have identified with our body, from there our miseries have started. Very simple. And from the moment our miseries have started, we have started going very, very far away from her. Step by step, step by step, step by step, we have become very far from her, actually. But the clause is very important now. Now everybody is looking at me very seriously. What is that clause? The one, Hayagriva is very clearly saying, the one through Guru Kataksham, Guru Kripa, Guru Anugraham, and has this foundation quality of bhakti, Ananya Bhakti, he or she will raise above this dilution, or these Vagdevis will help to settle down this dilution which Devi created through the Nama Japam of Lalita Sahasranamam. And they will be able to realize that this Srishti, Sthiti, Samharam, this Tirodhanam, this Anugraham is everything that she is only doing, and I am just a witness. I have nothing to do with this. Whatever is happening, it is because of her Leela. It is her Ichcha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti that is making everything to run, including me. And I am able to see myself beyond this body and beyond this world is considered to be the one who has reached the stages to realize his Sat, Chit, and reaching to the levels of Anandam. And the one who is traveling to that path, he or she will realize the ultimate Rahasyam, that he or she is the Parabhattarika herself, actually. That Parabhattarika is nowhere in a different place, that she is there within me and I am that Parabhattarika herself. That understanding will come to that individual who has reached that Satchidananda Swarupam. And this is the Vasanamnaya Tattvam. There are 3 Tattvams I told, right? This is the 3rd Tattva. Stula, Sukshma, Vasanamnaya Tattva. So he or she has raised above the Vasanas. And for this, Hayagriva is very clearly saying there is no need to quit the body. It means it is not happening after death. That story he is not giving us. Being in this body itself, we will realize who am I and who is this world all about, it seems. And this power is coming from where? From the Nama Parayanam of Lalita Sahasranamam itself. So like this, when Agastya was listening to this, that such a great truth has been revealed by Hayagriva. All the planetary devatas have gathered there, it seems actually. N number of Vishnus, N number of Lakshmis, N number of Rudras, N number of Parvatis, N number of Brahmas, N number of Saraswatis, all the planets, Indradi Devatas, everybody has gathered there. Siddhauga, Manauga, Vishwaga Murtis, Eksha, Kinkara, Gandharvas, everybody is listening to this truth, it seems. Oh my God, what is such a big truth has been revealed. And Hayagriva is saying that this truth is revealed by Vagdevis herself. The Vagdevatas are explaining this with the respectful obeisances or with the respectful permission or with the respectful recognition of three kinds of gurus who are Divyoga Guru, Siddhauga Guru and Manauga Guru. Divyauga Guru, Siddhauga Guru and Manauga Guru. And since we will come to that who is Divyauga Guru, Siddhauga Guru, Manauga Guru, I'm just going to explain in another 5 minutes. But this, all the Devatas have gathered to listen to this. So therefore, Hayagriva is declaring that this Akilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaki, because she is only one. The planets are in multitudes. Akala, Vitala, Sutala, Paratala, Patalam, there are different talas are there and different kinds of beings are there. So everybody wants now to be delivered, it seems. All of them, even you can be a Devata. That is what, the declaration, just imagine the declaration that is happening. You can be a Devata, but you should have Deviga Shakti, and that Deviga Shakti is only with Parabhattarika. You can be a Devata, you understand. Are you able to? Deva iti Deva Shakti. That even Devatas wanted to achieve that Daivika Sthiti. Got it? Because it is her, you understand, she is doing 5 kinds of business and she has a huge office setup. With one managerial position, how many people we are torturing? Just imagine in office, actually, you have just one, you are just a manager. And you might be having some handful of people and you think that you have become the boss of the world. She is the actual boss and she runs multiple departments with multiple heads and they have all been invested with powers actually. Now they are understanding their powers are not just enough. This Deviga Shakti is what is important because they also feel it is enough. I have done all these things. I want to go back to the eternal world. Just imagine. So this is what is the beginning of the Lalita Sahasranamam actually. That Akhilanda Kodi Brahmanda Nayaki is Eka Rupini, Eka Shakti Tatvini. She is Mahabhattarika. And from her, different aspects of Shaktis are emerging. And Hayagriva is saying a few names randomly, it seems. Randomly. What are the random names? Hayagriva is saying Bala, Atibala, Pala, Annapurna, Bagala, Tara, Vakvadini, Para, Gayatri, Savitri, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Samrajya Lakshmi, Nakuli, Ashwaruda, Kurukulla, Renuka, Sampatkari, Padmavati, Siva, Durga, Badra, Kali, Kalaratri, Subhadra, Chinnamastra, Kalakanti, Ityadi. He's putting Ityadi. I can't say more. So this Parabhattarika is the one who is expanding. And how to realize this? Vashinyadi Devatas are coming and giving this mantratmika knowledge through three kinds of gurus, it seems. Now I'm explaining the three kinds of gurus. Who are these gurus? As I told, Manauga Guru, Divyauga Guru, Siddhauga Guru, and Manauga Guru actually. These Divyauga Guru are who are the Divya Guru? Divya Gurus are Devatas. Who are they? Agni, Indra, Kubera. These kind of statusful Devatas, when they give mantra diksha, they are called as Divyoga Guru actually. You remember there were 12 people, the 12 original Sri Vidya Upasakas, So that status, if Indra is giving, Diksha, Mantra Diksha, Sri Vidya Upasana to somebody, Indra will be a Deva Guru actually. Correct, na? Deva Guru. Because he is Devata predominantly. The second one is Manauga Guru, where the Guru is in Manushya Rupam. He or she is just the regular human being, but and becoming a Guru or being a Guru, Manauga Guru. Who are this Siddhauga Guru? This Siddhauga Guru are also humans, but they have these tendencies or what is called as the mantra siddhi or this understanding of Devi. Like for example, our Lopa Mudra, by the birth itself they have, therefore they are Siddhas. Actually, though they are humans, but they are Siddhas. That's the reason they are called as the Siddhauga Guru. Clear? So, the Vagdevis are operating through these mediums actually. And they are letting the Jivas to know the truth. And these Gurus are actually present just near the Bindu. And it is our honor, it is our duty, it is our respect to offer our obeisances to these gurus. And these gurus are classified under the broad classification as Paramaguru, Parapara Guru, Apara Guru. In other words, Paramaguru, Parapara Guru, and Apara Guru. Like this, they are just near the Bindu, and that place is called as Guru Mandalam, because the Gurus are the one who are coming and explaining about her or letting the Jivas to cross this knee signs of the material world and showing them that their original self, they are called as the Guru Mandala Rupini or Guru Murti. They are Guru Murti. They are nothing but the manifestation of Parabhattarika. That Parabhattarika is coming like Vagdevis. The Vagdevis are coming through them and giving this knowledge. Like this, Hayagriva has explained everything to Agastya. And after telling this, now Agastya is getting completely satisfied and completely is flabbergasted, it seems. Oh my goodness, this is what is Sahasranamam, and this introduction is very much needed. Or just like that, if you would have started, I would have still understood. But now I understand the weightage of the Sahasranamam. And with this, Hayagriva is going to start the actual Sahasranamam with the Dhyanam. With this, I end my today's class. And in the next class, we are going to begin with the Dhyanam. Let's end the class with Mangalam. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambhake Gauri Narayani Namostute Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshiva Dhatri Swaha Swada Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarvam Shri Chandi Mahalakshmi Arpanamastu. Tathastu. Thank you so much. Please write your reflections. That is very important. One aspect, it is not necessary that you have to write the entire 1 hour of the understanding that you derive. Take out one understanding and write it actually. This writing is definitely going to help each one of you to go to the next levels. We will be publishing the link and I'll be waiting for your reflections. Thank you so much. Namaskaram. Shri Matre Namaha.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಗುರುಜಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Guruji.
Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji. Om Shri Matre Namaha.
ಶ್ರೀಮಾತ್ರೆ ನಮಃ ಗುರುಜಿ.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji.